You've just had a beautiful gel service done or have given yourself one when suddenly pain begins to radiate from your nails. Beauty is pain, right? Even if it's happened countless times before, with the right information, we can prevent it from happening again. A nail service should be relatively painless, both during and afterward. Pain during the service can simply be because of the technician being a little too aggressive. However, this can be addressed whilst we're experiencing the pain. But what about if you had a relatively painless service and then you or your client go home and within a few hours or the next day even, discomfort or pain begins? Today we will address 5 potential culprits and what you can do to avoid pain after a nail service. Hey there and welcome back. My name is Paola of paolaponcenails.com, and I help current and aspiring nail techs become thriving entrepreneurs by mastering all of their gel nail services using premium soft gel only. If you'd like to continue growing in this niche with me, then at the end of this video, do consider subscribing. Pain culprit number 1, aggressive and careless technique. The first culprit that may be at play is the over-eager nail stylist using aggressive, careless technique. I know this may not be the first answer you reach when investigating the cause of your pain. Sometimes aggressive and careless technique is a direct result of technicians who work in an environment that values time over quality. This can lead to incorrect technique, such as overfiling the natural nail plate or using a file that has 2 course of a grit. You may not even be able to feel it right away, but if there are red patches on your nail plate beneath the gel, this is a sure sign of the nail plate having been filed too thin. Another way to be overly aggressive when manicuring the nails is by using a cuticle pusher roughly. Pushing on the nail plate or the surrounding skin with too much pressure may result in inflammation and damage to the nail matrix, where your nail grows from. How to resolve culprit number 1? Speak up. It's that simple. In the context of another person working on your nails, if the pain is felt during the service, take the opportunity to say so. Please do not worry about offending anyone. Your comfort should be part of your overall nail experience. However, this should be a rare occurrence, if at all, and sometimes nail techs have no clue they are using too much pressure. Believe it or not. Imagine yourself in the same position and how awful you would feel if you hurt someone without realizing it. You would want your client to speak up and let you know, right? Now, if you DIY your nails, then pay close attention to any sensation that becomes uncomfortable during and after your manicures. This can mostly be delegated with the correct information and training, such as specialized courses available in person and online, of course. If you are serious about this hobby, consider investing in yourself and watch how it elevates your nail game, even at this stage when you're not even ready to commit to nail school. This will also give you the opportunity to learn from a pro, getting the guidance and support you can't find in free resources. Pain culprit number 2, naturally thin and weak nails. Most of us, no matter how healthy we are, aren't all blessed with strong nails. That's why we get strong nail enhancements done. Gel polish, dip powder, acrylic, you name it. Those with beautiful strong nails will put on a coat of nail lacquer and be done. While we may do a number of healthy nail rituals to fortify our own very natural nails, strong nails really come down to genetics. And if you've always struggled to grow your own nails past the tip of your finger, like me, you may have naturally thin nails. Thin nails easily tear and bend at the slightest knock, so it only makes sense that these require an adjustment and treatment. There is less keratin protecting the nail bed when the nail plate is thin, so heat spikes felt during the curing process will be expected. These types of nails usually flex a lot, and you may be tempted to etch the nail plate with a coarse grit to keep the product staying on, but it would only thin the nail out further, creating a cycle of pain and lifting nail enhancements. How to resolve culprit number 2? Gently does it. Once you have established that you have this kind of natural nail, you must be vigilant in gentle prep and application. You don't want to thin the nail further, and avoiding heat spikes will be a priority here, especially since it can damage the tissue beneath. If receiving a manicure, simply let your manicurist know you have thin nails and they should follow appropriate care. If you are doing your own nails, Be sure to apply gel in thinner coats and never etch the nail plate. You need only to remove the shine gently with a 180 grit buffer. If you have these thin, bendy, flexible nails, avoid hard gel, acrylic, or acrygel, or other enhancement systems that require you roughen the nail surface. Japanese and Korean gel products usually have built-in primers within their gel base. This helps eliminate the need for these more abrasive methods, perfect for thin and weak nails. Pain culprit number 3, health issues affecting the nail. All nail services should only be done so on a healthy, natural nail. If we were to work on a compromised nail, we could risk making it worse, and that is the last thing we want to happen. There are many medical conditions that can make the nail more sensitive, dry, peeling, etc. And it's essential that we are aware of these, since they not only hinder the performance of enhancements in gel polish, but could create pain during and after the service. How to resolve culprit number 3? Pre-examine and refuse if necessary. Of course, some nail disorders are not as visible as others, but if the healthy state of the nail appears to change or is not normal, then we should refuse service. Now, if this is a returning clientele that you're working on and this particular client has this issue, you may want to analyze if this is due to anything you did wrong in your application. Not that you would immediately accept blame, but you just want to take note if maybe you are being a little too abrasive with anything like your e-file or any other process in your service, okay? But what if we are working on ourselves and we notice a problem? The same advice applies to doing our own manicures. If you know you have a condition that affects your nails, stop servicing your nails and have the issue cleared by a trained health practitioner before continuing. If you're working on the public or even with friends and family, it is very important to not only examine the hands and nails before service, but to also ask the client if they have any medical conditions that could be affecting their nails. It may feel intrusive, which is why it is best for them to fill out a form rather than to ask out loud in a public place. Pain culprit number 4. Overcured gel or heat spikes. This culprit sneaks up on you and the burn is real. Have you ever applied gel onto your nails and put them into cure only to have a searing pain shoot from your nail bed? Yeah, this is a heat spike, also known as overcured gel, or rather, gel cured too quickly. When the gel product is exposed to UV light from your nail lamp, the chemical reaction happening within that liquid to solid state because of the friction and molecules coming together creates what is called an exothermic reaction, which releases heat. Even if you have had a sharp heat spike happen many times before, these should be minimized. Do not ignore high heat spikes, as this is a pain that can literally burn your nail bed and cause a whole host of problems, although not common, including onycholysis, a condition where the nail bed lifts from the nail plate. How to resolve culprit number 4? Switch your curing process. Thankfully, one new feature so many curing units, including some like Cocoa's LeBlanc or the Leaf Gel one, is that they have now the ability to cure at a low heat setting. With the LeBlanc by Cocoa's, a 90-second timer has been developed onto the nail lamp. This setting allows the light to pulse so that the heat never spikes too fast. In the Leaf Gel curing unit, the light will cure at a lower intensity for the first few seconds, I believe first 15 seconds, and then go to full intensity. Anyone experiencing curing heat sensitivity should use these settings, but especially when natural nails are thickly overlaid, like in the case of structured gel manicures. The next step is to use thinner coats of product, especially builder gels, which are usually rolled onto the nail plate in a large bead, again for structured overlays and extensions. It is simple. Less gel, less heat release when curing. If your lamp does not have a low heat setting, one last tip would be to have the hand laid just outside of the nail lamp when curing and slowly inch inside. This too decreases intensity of the wavelengths since you are further away from the light source. Just be sure to double cure the gel after this method, since less intensity will require a longer time to reach this optimum completeness of cure. Pain culprit number 5. Irritation/allergy. This is the most important culprit, since an allergy to gel products can not only kill a nail technician's career, because imagine you can't do nails anymore, you're allergic to stuff you have to use, but it can also have a concurrent consequence on future dental and other medical work. An allergy is for life. And once you have it, you must tell your doctors, dentists, and surgeons if you are going to have anything done that involves acrylates. Usually, an allergy starts with an irritation like itching or stinging, and you can think of this as the body's warning system. Unfortunately, there have been instances where an allergy begins almost immediately, and it means having to check the ingredients of every gel product you use to avoid the particular one you have the sensitivity to. How to resolve culprit number 5? Prevent it. Before resolving anything, and frankly, it's kind of hard to resolve an allergy, we want to avoid it first. To avoid developing an allergy to gel products, it is vital to follow manufacturer's instructions, such as not letting the product touch the skin and using the brand recommended and testing curing unit. And hear me out. If you are still one of those stylists, whether pro or DIY, who refuses to use the curing unit for the product that they use at least the most, or of course using the dedicated unit for the gel product that they just use, which is why this is important that you should not use too many brands. Really limit yourself to like 2 main ones, so that you can at least afford 2 curing units, right? You gotta stop that. Why? Because believe it or not, the system, the gel system, if it's a professional gel nail system or one that has taken a lot of TLC to be created, that system has been calibrated with a curing unit. We've done videos on this over and over again, and it still just continues to happen. And I just want you to know that, again, I'm going to just repeat it, that an allergy is for life. And henceforth, after you have or develop this allergy, you must disclose that when you're getting any kind of medical work. So it really is a non-negotiable. And if you just want to continue to order on Amazon, or the cheapest one, or the highly rated one on Amazon, or whatever it may be, that's really going to be on you. But if you develop an allergy and you're using so many different products and you don't have a curing unit for the main 1 or 2 that you use, come that time that you have allergic reaction, because the reason being that you become allergic is because the product is not properly cured, then that's it. You have this allergy for life. So it's really important, and I'm just not going to argue with anybody about it. And I don't, I just see it come up a lot that people are like, oh my gosh, I get this one from Amazon and it's been perfect and it's been working for years, and so on and so forth. And you just have to stop spreading that, because that's just not safe at all. Okay? So if you happen to fare well with it, then amen, but just don't encourage that from others, because just because the product is cured, it doesn't mean it's fully cured. That's a fact, okay? All right, that was a little bit of a rant, but I still keep seeing it even among members of my community. And I feel like I've done enough, to make videos and tell you all that you just need to invest in a curing unit, specifically the one that you use the most product of, at least make that compromise. Manufacturers will tell you that you need the one that is calibrated with their system, and I do not argue with them, absolutely. But if you want just a little bit of leniency, then I would say use the one that you use the most product from, okay? Because you might not be product specific, okay? So just limit your products, please. Let's not forget the dust that lands on our hands and arms, or that is breathed into our lungs. If this dust is not fully cured, because you're cheating yourself from a, proper cure, then it still has unreacted monomers. Unreacted monomers are the real culprit in gel nail allergies. Monomer is the ingredient that thins the gel down and gives it its adhesion properties. Remember, a gel can look and feel cured at only 50% cure, but for a proper cure, it actually needs to reach close to 90%. The only way we can feel confident about this is to use a match system from a high quality brand and the lamps that they have tested themselves. Otherwise, it literally is like gambling with your health. And remember, once you have an allergy, 99% of the time, you cannot resolve that allergy. You only can deal with it or mitigate whatever symptoms you are having. Now, once you have an allergy, it is best to get the correct testing from a dermatologist who can pinpoint the exact ingredients that you are to avoid in gel nail products. In the meantime, remove all nail coatings and avoid all nail services to let your hands heal with plenty of nourishing high quality oils. Let's recap the 5 potential culprits related to pain after getting your nails done. Number 1, aggressive and careless technique. Number 2, naturally thin, weak nails. Number 3, health issues affecting the nail. Number 4, overcured gel in the form of heat spikes. And number 5, irritation or allergy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye for now. Thank you for watching. If you loved today's video, can you do me a favor and give it a thumbs up to boost it up in the algorithm so that I may help more people? And if you need a little more direction in your nail career, I want to encourage you to join my free masterclass using the link in the description box below. It is available for you to watch immediately for free right now after signing up. I'll see you next week, and bye for now.